Okay, today you guys are gonna watch me hang a picture. I am not gonna bother by checking with a electrical tester to see if there's any wires back there. I know there's no plumbing back there. I know that. I'm only gonna use really small nails. I don't need, this thing isn't very heavy, so I don't really need to worry a whole lot about it falling down and crushing stuff. The little nails that I'm gonna use are gonna hold this thing. I'm gonna do this really precisely. Let's jump right to it. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take one of these little guys here and I am gonna put them in the back. I'll show you after. I gotta move my coffee maker. I am gonna measure and find out what the measurement is across this thing, because I want this thing centered with this thing. I want that thing centered with that thing. Okay, so I'm gonna find the distance. I'm gonna find what half it is. I'm gonna take the measurement, divide it by 2, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm gonna put a piece of tape on there. I'm gonna mark it and mark it. Okay, so that is 54 inches exactly. So divide that by 2, 50 divided by 2 is 25, and then the 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 2 plus 25 is 27, so 27. And now I'm going to put a piece of tape and put a little pen mark exactly at 27 inches. I gotta go grab a pen. I should probably give this a little wipe down. Yeah, so that's 27 inches on the dot. Okay, now I'm gonna measure to find the middle of this. Measure twice. 49 and a quarter. Okay, so half of 40 is 20. Half of 9 is 4.5. So 24.5, and it was a quarter, so half a quarter is an eighth, so 24 and 5/8. Okay, 24 and 5/8. Bang on. Sometimes I measure from both sides and it should be the exact same. It's exact in the middle, and it is. So 24 5/8. 24 5/8. 24 5/8. Okay, so I got dead center. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Actually, this here, it's a little loose. This here is where the nail's going in. Obviously, same thing on that side. So now I'm gonna figure out how high I want this thing. One thing I'm gonna check is to see. Okay, so that opens that way. I didn't want that thing to open into hitting my little sign. I think that's a good height. Just going by my feel, my gut with this one. I gotta take in consideration that wherever I put the nails, okay. So if I put the nails right here, there's gonna be like a little bit above that, you know, because the thing, right? So that's actually gonna be higher, a little bit higher. So that's actually a good height, I think, for the nails to be. It's gonna be perfect. Okay. got my little mark, and then I'm gonna hold my level against it, and then I'm gonna put the mark, a tick on there. Okay. This thing's gonna be like bang on centered. Okay. Just gotta go up a little bit. No big deal. I'm just gonna use my level, keep it in the bubble, it'll be straight. Okay, this little line is straight, is level. Okay, so anywhere, I can raise it up and down, that sign, up and down anywhere on this thing, and that will keep me with exact center of this thing. So I'm gonna figure out where I like it. Okay, so I liked it exactly right there. That was beautiful for me. I thought that was just beautiful there. Okay, so I know this is where the top is. So now I'm gonna measure in the middle from there to there, how far that is. And then I'm gonna draw it on the wall. I like to have my tape measure start at the 1 inch mark. Okay, there we are. Okay, it looks to me as though 2 inches and 5/8 is the middle, but I have to subtract 1 inch. So really it's 1 inch and 5/8. I'm gonna check the other side. Yep, that's good. Boom, good to me. Be really careful when you're doing your measurement that if you added the inch, to make sure with anything that if you do that trick, because I've heard tell people that mess things up because they forget they had their tape measure there or there. They forgot they did the inch trick, eh? Because this little thing, that little bad boy right there, is can, especially with like woodworking stuff, it can throw your measurement off, eh? They can be nutty. Okay, so I got my mark. I put a couple strips on there, and then I'm gonna figure out where those little things are width-wise, and use my level. I'm gonna use my level again, and that's gonna make sure I keep it all balanced. Okay, now I'm gonna measure screw to screw. Okay, I got exactly 39 1/4. So half of a quarter is 1/8. And half of 30 is 15, half of 9 is 4.5. So 15 plus 4.5 is 19.5 and 1/8. So 19 5/8. One thing I gotta double check is to make sure that these are equal from the ends. 5 inches, 5 inches, okay. They are equal. So that number was 19 5/8. Right on my fingernail. Whoa, that was close. I did my little 1 inch trick and I forgot to add the inch. So since I'm doing the 1 inch trick, it's actually gonna be 20 5/8. I need to add a little more tape to the one side. I gotta take my level, and this here I will adjust my tick. Same for the other side. You can't just do one side or your little thing will fall right down. I need to add a little bit of tape. Okay. All right. Now I am ready to poke the little nails in those little tickety poos there. All right, so what I did now is there's going to be a little hole in the drywall. So I can take the tape off and I will know exactly where the holes are. So I can just pound the nails in and then I'm done. Okay. So when I pound it in, I leave a little bit of bite. I don't pound it all the way in. Same thing. Okay, let's go hang it. Let's test it with this level. Bang on. She's beautiful, bang right on. Right between the lines. Right between the lines of the bubble. There's that. There's that. It's completely bang on. It centered perfectly. And worst case, if it wasn't centered perfectly, I could just move this table an inch and center it. But I will just double check for that, just OCD purposes. I think I picked a perfect height for that. This is our happy place because we love coffee. I really do. This was 49 inches, so that half of that was 24. It was 49 and a quarter, so half of it was 24 and 5/8. (24 and 5/8). Bang on. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll be happy to get back to you. If you guys are hanging a picture, make your wife smile. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And yeah, you know, no one's ever taught me that method of going about it. There might be easier ways, but hey, it works for me. I'm very OCD about having things bang on. That's exactly bang on every which way. Like and subscribe, and I'll be posting more videos on getting things done. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Rock and roll.